Given recent events, I thought that it would be useful to review the types of alerts that you can be notified of by default on your iPhone and where you can change those alerts. And by alerts, I am talking about what iOS calls government alerts. So things like Amber alerts and safety alerts of various types. I'm on my home screen now, and I'm going to open Settings.
Settings.
Now, these alerts are all in the Notifications areas.
Notifications button. Display as heading.
And we land here on the first heading of Notifications. We're going to move by headings.
Volume, headings. Siri, heading. Notification style, heading. Heading not found.
And you see here, it falsely tells us that no heading was found because it's not scrolling. So I'm just going to scroll down, by which I mean 3-finger flick up.
Rows 7 to 22 of 278.
And as you can see, this is because I have lots of apps.
Government alerts, heading.
And now if I rotated to headings there, and then I was flicking up and down to move to headings. So once I scrolled it a little bit with the 3-finger flick up to scroll down, and then I flicked down, my rotor remained on headings. I now see this heading called government alerts. You can also go to the bottom of the screen with the 4-finger tap in the bottom half of the screen. But then you would have to move either to the left and move backwards, or you would then move into your, set your rotor to headings and flick up to get to it. But I just did it this way so that we are seeing items in the order that they appear on screen. So now let's explore these government alerts. If I flick to the right,
Amber alerts, switch button, on.
You see these are toggle switches. So if I double tapped, I would turn it off. And double tapping again would turn it on. These are the Amber alerts that are relating to missing children.
Emergency alerts, on, button.
Now you see here, this is a button. Not only does it say that this is on, but this is saying that this is a button, which means that we're going to have more options relating to these alerts if we double tap here and open up this screen. So let's take a look at what's in here.
Emergency alerts, switch button, on.
And helpfully, we are focused immediately on the first setting. If I wanted to confirm that, I'll flick left with 1 finger.
Emergency alerts, heading.
And I hear that heading, so I know I'm at the beginning. So if I flick to the right again with 1 finger.
Emergency alerts, switch button, on.
And this is the switch that will toggle whether these alerts are on and off.
Local awareness, switch button, off.
This, I flicked to the right. This is local awareness. And if we flick to the right again, we will see the Apple explanation for this.
Apple can use your approximate location to improve the timeliness, accuracy, and reliability of emergency alerts you receive.
That's pretty self-explanatory there. And so you can decide whether you would like to turn that on or off. This is by default, it's off. I've left these on default settings.
Always play sound, switch button, on.
Again, you can double tap to toggle this. And if we flick to the right,
emergency alerts can play a sound even if iPhone is in silent mode.
And that explains what that setting means. And I just flicked to the right again to show you that this is the end of this screen. VoiceOver started to read out that explanation again, that emergency alerts can play a sound even if iPhone is in silent mode. And I just tapped with 2 fingers to silence the speech.
Emergency alerts, on.
Now I scrubbed back out to get back to our notification settings, and we are helpfully placed right back where we were in this government alerts section in the emergency alerts.
Public safety alerts, switch button, on.
And this is for public safety alerts. Again, toggle. You can double tap to toggle it on or off.
Test alerts, switch button, off.
That is test alerts.
Vertical scroll bar, 19 pages, 100% adjustable.
And this vertical scroll bar tells us that we are at the bottom of this screen. So those are the different types of alerts, and you can certainly customize them to your liking as to which you would like to receive. And by the way, I did attempt to find out via at least the official Apple support article what all of these different types of emergency alerts were. And the article wasn't that detailed. It mentioned how the local awareness is limited to US only, and it talked about how test alerts are alerts to test something that are sent out by the government, but it didn't quite specify what all of the other ones were. So there may be other sources, but I checked the Apple page and that was what it had to say. So I would suggest that if you're not sure, probably I would say to just leave it on. I would think better to have more of them on so that you get as much of this critical information as possible in an emergency.